Did I actually manage to get this thing streaming? I wanted to see if it would work outside. Looks like it's working. Anyways. Big tires, little tires. Big tires, little tires. What's that? 4-year-old? 5-year-old? 5. Duplicolor. Rattle can paint. It stayed everywhere I thought and didn't stay where I thought it wouldn't. So I guess, predictable results is something. The only really disappointing thing is this here. I mean, it's still doing it. The real reason I wanted to come out here and try to get a shot at it, it's really like fuzzy frosty in Louisiana. Fuzzy frosties. Anyways, even on the back of the car. Fuzzy frosties. These guys are thawing out. They looked pretty wicked a little while ago. And then the whole field over there, it looks like fog. I don't want to step in this muddy boat. This white mist on all the shit in that little field. How's it looking like? Doesn't look like fog, but it's frost. Anyway, let me get back inside. It's cold out here. Let's see whether or not it'll pick up or whether or not I gotta reconnect. Hoy. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Do 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 do. Okay, I'll stop. Oi. don't think there's any further need for pants. At least not the outer winter pants that now have mud and sopping wetness all over them. Oi! Jail, 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 jail. Jail, 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 jail. Roger Stone's in fucking jail. Now that's worth dapping for. Because apparently that's some form of celebration. And, you know, I don't drink anymore, so I'm looking for, you know, ways to celebrate. How? Like, how do you celebrate when you don't drink? Well, you just drink anyways, even though you don't drink anymore, basically. I'm trying not to do that, because I don't drink anymore. It's like everybody's celebrating. They're all drunk. Fuck. What I found is that when I don't drink anymore, because I don't drink anymore, I am not only a lightweight, but I can also sober up rather quickly. That's weird to, like, get a buzz and then be sober without passing out and waking up some strange place. Like, I didn't know that was possible. But alas, I just have like a couple drinks, 5 tops. You know, 5 lightweight type drinks, you know. A couple hours later, I'm sober. What the hell? So I get drunk easier, but I get sober easier. It's weird. Anyways. So.
Campaign knew that this stuff existed before it was released.
And it's important that we go back.
What were you saying, Mr. Abrams?
Anything was released. If you want to talk about lying to people in the Trump campaign, you know, lying about conversations you had with people in the Trump campaign after this was released, that's very different in terms of the big picture than who in the Trump campaign knew that this stuff existed before it was released.
And that's the gist of why Stone has been indicted for basically coordinating with WikiLeaks and the campaign before the release of the emails. Anyways. So it looks like no notifications have gone out once again for the video, because Russia carefully coordinates algorithmic results and responses to both control and there's a very complex system of making these things seem innocuous. And I think basically having me cross-flagged as the wrong type of channel and making it seem like my viewers aren't interested in it is one of the ways that they pad their data. Okay. It's a whole new type of bullshit, and it's very hard to describe and explain, you know? Anyway. What I'm still hung up on, what really has me dissatisfied, what I consider to be so important, I don't see how America can avoid disasters, both natural and self-inflicted, for this travesty of truth, should this subject continue to go undiscussed. Not just under-discussed, but undiscussed. It's disgusting. Because we were attacked. Not the DNC, not Hillary Clinton. The American people were attacked. And what they still haven't mentioned, oh good God, is that I haven't arranged my backdrop at all. No. What they still haven't mentioned, and by they, I mean fucking everyone. People claiming to be smart, people making a lot more money than me. A lot more money, you know, a lot more than none. But unable to damage that is continuing to be done by not making the host of Fox News face up to the basics of the reality of the situation. And you cannot address the basics of the reality of the situation that we find ourselves in as a country without saying the words psychological warfare. What the Trump campaign did was collude with, assist, aid and abet, target for, and join in with an assault on this country by an enemy. And you can tell yourself whatever you want about you not being the enemy of Russia, or Russia's not your enemy. But guess what? The Russians think America is their enemy. And that's all that really matters. Because they were treating us as such. It was a full-out psychological warfare campaign. That cost lives. And the fact that there's nobody watching right now is just how they did it. Can you imagine how many people might have tried to do a little bit of what I've done and gave up? And not just on the channel. $213, if I had to guess. Consider that number for a second. Get past the what part of his ass is he pulling it out of thing. The psychic part. You know, I've been around this country. Not everywhere. But I've lived in a lot of little towns here and there. Several towns in Texas, several towns in Louisiana. I lived in Sturgis, South Dakota. I lived in Decatur, Alabama. I squatted in Austin, Texas for a while. I've been to Los Angeles. Been to Florida a bunch. And I lived in my car and played guitar for people and met a lot of people. Met people in coffee shops, fixed their computers, made money while I lived in my car. I've talked to a lot of people over the years. Not just online, you know. But when it comes to online, I've been online as long as there's been online. Since just sitting over my mama's shoulder in 1988 on The Point, BBS. And my first chat experience was with IRC. And then CompuServe sort of morphed into this other company called AOL. AOL bought them out and they became like the database backbone or something for AOL. Simba just got on my lap and is clawing the shit out of me. Giant cat. He's such a sweet baby, huh? Big mushball. Anyways. Well, I saw one fucking person come here briefly, but I guess it wasn't a real person. Huh. Wasn't nobody. Anyways. So all I was saying is that most of the people in this country have, or at least had, a genuine love and respect for the basic ideals that we've all been striving for so long. But at the same time, everybody has been forced into this situational delusion of American superiority to the point where basically a psychosis of ineptitude had taken over. And this extended all the way into our national security apparatus. We had people working for the FBI, X-Files. Imagine that. Otherwise, perfectly straight shooters who, at least on a subconscious level, thought there might be some entire different level of our government beyond them that would swoop in if everything got out of hand. That some agenda, some greater force was behind everything, and sort of watching the watchers, as it were. Simba. Like, I can't even feel that, but you're just using those claws with such vigor that it's scaring me. Holy crap. Like, you know what you're near, right? Oh, that's right. You don't have balls, so you don't care. You just... I have giant hands, okay? So, like, big cat. He's not like a Maine Coon big, but for a fucking southern cat. Who scratched you? You get in a fight with Midnight again? Why don't you stop being a prick to him? He's not crippled like you. Zebedon jumped off the balcony when he was like a couple years old. And had a little limp every time it gets cold. He's got another limp. I forget which paw. I think it's his right paw. A little limp in the front. Oh, it's the 1 and 2. The 1 person, then 2 person. Who the fuck are you? Fuck is wrong with you people? How bad does the world have to get as a result of your actions right now? Before you realize, I might face some consequences. Whatever your rationalizations. I'm sure Roger Stone had similar. And it's not necessarily the case that avoiding America will do any good at all. Yep, let me just document exactly who Google sends. Thanks for, falling for my taunt, as if anybody gives a shit about your opinion. Nothing will happen to him other than him serving time. That's something has already happened to him. He went to jail. He got arrested before dawn. Nope, huh? Okay. So that's not what's all over the news. him getting taken to jail. You know, I sometimes wonder exactly how stupid you people are. And then you go and just show exactly how stupid you are. And then I stop wondering. It's like, wow, you're just don't know the difference between a bird and a fish. Stupid. You're like still wondering what clouds are. Stupid. And now you're gonna play semantics with me. First, nope. And then you're gonna play technicalities on last night versus this morning. No, they showed the exact fucking time. Which I don't even think is important. What I think is important is that he's guilty of treason and you're proof of it. Right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't watch CNN. Yeah. Yeah. Guilty of treason. Just like you're guilty of being a cowardly little fucking shit. Who's basically there just to harass people for having free speech. I mean, how do you fucking get out of bed in the morning knowing that basically your job is to oppress people? How can you possibly be proud of yourself? You're a fucking troll. You are a Russian agent. Okay? I don't care where the fuck you live or where you think you're from. You're a part of the horde that has been trying to destroy humanity for thousands of years. And you are like a fucking infant. Okay? An infant. Yep. Exactly. Russians for Trump. Oh, sure. Yeah, what kind of cheese do you make? I'm aware there's Russians in Wisconsin, by the way. I'm not believing that you're from Wisconsin. I'm just saying that it wouldn't surprise me if both things were true. But isn't it delightful? You're an American Indian, huh? That's funny. I've never met an American Indian who calls themselves an American Indian. But then again, what was I know? I was just mentored by the fucking Choctaw Chief Greyhawk. What else you got to go up against my thousands of years of wisdom? Go ahead. Try. Because what it all boils down to is that I'll see you in jail or I'll send you to hell. Those are your two fucking options. So repent or be damned. You think any of your cutesy bullshit is going to avoid recompense? Huh. Read the Bible, child. You're in it. It's not a book. Okay. No. God is a human. Which human is what you should be concerned with? And which is the devil is what you should be concerned with. And the fact that you are serving, as clearly outlined in the book of Revelations, the defiler who works for the whore of Babylon, you are on the side of evil, child, and you know nothing, so you know not this truth. I am he whose face is seen in the clouds. And this has been proven. But you know nothing. So you know not that truth either. Look how a speck of dust stands against a boulder. Looks just like you. Looks like the best part of you that ran down the crack of your mama's ass and got thrown out with the day's gristle. You know, it kind of says everything about you. That basically your job is the manifestation of people so afraid of so many things that they're even afraid of words. You're afraid of truth. Deep down, you're afraid of God. And your entire psychosis is based around avoiding the obvious realization of his existence and his imminent judgment of yours. Goodbye, little troll. Have a nice, petulant excuse for a life. Wisconsin, my dick. Kalnesh. Makunza. The number of viewers goes up and down, up and down, up and down. The number of viewers goes up and down. And nobody with a soul is watching. Alright, well, this is going on mute for a while. I keep seeing the viewer go up one and then back down again. But, you know, I know these cowards haven't let any actual viewers see the broadcast yet, so I'm just guessing that it's still them. Fucking chicken shits. Is get help really all you have to say? Are you that just fucking tiny as a person? What, are you scared of reading the Bible? Are you scared of finding out that I'm actually in it? Are you scared of seeing the proof of how I pull lightning from the sky as if it was my sword? Are you scared of seeing how, when tempted by trolls just like you, I turned the camera to the sky and said, "You want to know who I am? This is who I am." I pointed to the clouds. Lightning came down behind my finger, and my face consumed the entire sky. You can say, "Get help" all you want, but nothing's going to help you.
his door and shouting this. I want to just play this for a moment.
Max. What's up, man?
Snowboard bike.
We were watching,
Retarded shit.
yeah. 8 unusual bicycles you must see because how stupid they are. One was actually a pretty sweet electric bike with same kind of lighting setup I had on my my little motorized bicycle I made. We made.
I helped.
Anyways, I saw the one. Oh, it's gone to 2 now. I guess maybe the troll's back. Or maybe I've been allowed to have viewers now. I don't know. Certainly couldn't have been notifications sent out or anything. Just odd how that's just always the case, depending on the subject matter and the news of the day. It's almost like there's a, what you call it, a smattering of pattern, yeah. What? Oh yeah, I was talking about them, now they went away again. Yeah. So, anyway, I had a little bit of fun with the troll a little while ago. It was entertaining, but I got bored of it. He couldn't come up with anything better than get help. I'm trying to. That's why I'm making YouTube videos, to get help saving the world from people like that motherfucker. Get a girlfriend. Maybe you'll find something better to do with your time than ruin other people's lives. See, this is called a girl. They have vaginas. That's the thing beside your hand, and you know, random cantaloupes and shit that you can stick your penis into.
Why did it have to be a cantaloupe? I like cantaloupes.
Well, because he's not American, so it wouldn't be apple pie. Anyways. Yeah, there might have been a little bit of spirit pressure. A little bit.
Maybe.
I may have even spoken with the voice a little. Maybe just a little bit. Hey, Kira too.
I've not had a fun day, and I want it to be 5 o'clock already. I want my baby back. You know what really got me? It was the way he was looking at me. Because, like, he had that utter trust look. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Like, he wasn't meowing. He wasn't, like, scared, but it's like...
I'm sure he's been meowing since he left.
I don't know what's going on, but I trust you because I love you, Mommy. Probably why I sat in the parking lot and cried for 5 minutes after I dropped him off.
Murr.
I want my baby back.
So anyways, it seems every time there's some kind of development involving the specific troll type people, they got their little troll army. And I'm sure the Russians maybe hired some Americans in Wisconsin by now, but I don't think that guy was one of them. Max says it's 5 o'clock here in about an hour.
I need it to be 5 o'clock here. Lane's off getting.
I guess that doesn't know.
Lane's off getting neutered. So.
Yeah. What, they hit you on your video or something? I forgot to play the last one. I wanted to play with you here. Drone video shows hundreds of horses galloping in the snow. Something like that. What happened?
What?
Fog and snow. That sounds like different things than internet trolling, dude. Either that or I just don't catch your metaphor. Indeed. Well, as long as I know what material I'm working with. Single wide mobile home trailer to tiny home. I don't think you understand. It's still just a trailer, dude. See what happens when you try to sell it. People want to finance that fucker because it looks like it's as old as this one. Only smaller and shittier. Driving from Nice to Monaco. The garden shed is transformed into a guest house. Got a new garden shed. Good. You're gonna feed your guests without a garden. Oh yeah, grocery store. Shit. Conway.
Someone asked me about the seasons in Louisiana. Winter is at 6 a.m., spring at 10, summer at 2 p.m., and fall at 4:30.
Fucking sounds about right.
Right.
I was outside trying to get the frost on the stream this morning. Started the frost outside. Started the stream outside. Got a little, if you want to, yeah, just in time, Conway. Exactly. Okay. Anyways, if you want to rewatch this one to see an update on the Accord, see how the paint isn't holding up. And of course, see how just crazy fuzzy the morning frost gets around here.
Is it 5 o'clock yet?
Why don't you schedule some sort of medical procedure? That way you can go out to that side of town and get sedated.
Right.
By the time you come to,
Good time to get my baby.
anyways. That was Duplicolor. Duplicolor fucking rattle can lacquer. I don't know if you remember, I had a build video I made, edited and everything. The anti-rice. Oh, you know what's fascinating? Speaking of the paint on that car. It's not actually green. It's championship white. So, here's the deal. I think Honda must have been experimenting with pearl paints and saw what championship white looks like over a black base. Okay? Because if you put a white abalone pearl over a black base, it turns out that dark green color that my Accord is. Yeah, dark green. Like a green pearly fucking, like forest green. I had no idea. You know, because when you see the white pearl, it's all kinds of different colors. But apparently, to get that contrast against white, that coloration is so dense, what it turns out on a black base is fucking forest green. I'm telling you. I wish I could like share a screenshot right now, because I took one. Like, I took a photograph of it. And I'm thinking they came up with that green paint. You know, it's obviously actual green paint on my car, right? It's not, you know, just, I'm speaking metaphorically. It's like championship white in a way. It's stealth championship white. Because you put that fucking pearl over a black base, like they have this video, I might dig for it in a second. They had hoods out, all painted, three different hoods, random hoods, all primered up with a base coat, white on one side, black on the other side. Okay, and they just took the different pearl colors, and one of the ones they used was abalone pearl, which is the same as championship white. So I'm just thinking, Honda back in the day, playing with the pearl and championship white. Championship white doesn't have a lot of pearl in it, and to save money, they'd probably be using a nice dense pearl, you know, less of it. Well, you just put straight pearl in with the lacquer thinner and clear coat, you know, mixed. And you sprayed the hood. The white side would turn one color, the fucking dark side would turn a completely different color on all of them. Every single one of them. It was a cool video. But the most dramatic one had to be the championship white. Because, you know, it's barely looking like anything's changing on the one side. Then it goes to the black and it's fucking green. So some Japanese guy, thinking in Japanese and everything, probably some sort of anime character, no. Possibly a Soul Reaper,
Ricky.
was fucking around with the paint, or talking to one of the experimental mechanic people, like the engineers who actually get to get their hands dirty. Why do we make a green car or green paint that matches? And they use that paint on Civics, on Accords, on the first model CRV, I think. That old Honda Forest metallic, the shiny pearl metallic green. That is the exact tone of green as the white pearl over black. And I just think maybe somebody somewhere back in the probably mid 80s, something like that. You see, the pearl white, Honda's championship white, was because back in the day at Le Mans, the 24 Hours of Le Mans in France, and that international series of racing, they would have different colors, even different tones of colors, assigned to different countries. And, you know, like, Italy was red, France was, I think, light blue, Britain was green or dark green, America was dark blue, and Japan, I forget who was white, but Japan was like this off-white, like this pearly white that you see on the championship white on the Integra Type Rs and the Civic Type Rs. That's become their trademark color for that reason. It's kind of an homage to those old Le Mans colored cars. So somebody was fucking around with that paint and realized that the pearl could be green too. And like as a further homage to the heritage of Honda racing, basically. Put a little subtle fucking thing in there just in case anybody ever figures it out. And you know, that's the level of detail and cleverness I expect from Honda. Oh, the puppy. Oh, I got to meet the neighbor's new puppy today.
He's so cute.
Too stinking cute.
Right.
That's how big Dingo was when I got him.
Well, the mom.
Just a little tiny.
The mom had gotten hit by a car, and somebody found
Yeah.
12 babies next to her by the side of the road and took the babies and tried to find homes for them all.
He gets a bath every other day, though. Pitbull Lab Mix, as far as I can tell. Dang near identical to Dingo. Maybe a little smaller as far as growth potential goes. But he might hit a growth spurt at his paws, and I'll eat my words there. Because I don't know exactly how old he is. But did you hear she said
3 weeks.
3 weeks ago, or
No.
they estimate they're about 3 weeks old. But how long ago was the mama got hit
Like
by
2
a
weeks
car?
ago.
It had 12
12 puppies. they found.
12 puppies. My goodness.
They drove 3 hours to go pick him up, though, in Mississippi. Like out by Natchez.
Maybe I could sweet talk Bobby. Right? That's a big litter, man. 12 is... I don't know if I've ever seen a litter that big. Like 8 and 9 is like a lot. Double digits. Fuck. I don't know what the fuck you do with all them puppies. That poor mama, she might have got hit by that car on purpose. 12 puppies.
It's a kid, Mom.
That's fucked up, but I expected you to laugh at it.
I miss my Lane, and you put a kitten on the TV.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That
I'm
looks
sorry.
just like Lane, except black instead of gray.
Oh, jeez. That's just wet lane.
It's wet Lane, yeah. What the hell's wrong
It's
with
wet.
you? My
I'm
baby.
sorry. You want to hear my joke again?
Yes, please, because now I'm thinking about my baby. I'm going to start crying again.
Well, it's kind of just a morbid joke still about animals, though. 12 puppies. She probably ran out in front of the car on purpose.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Tell you what, let's maybe decide after this weekend how capable we are. You know what I mean?
We really shouldn't.
That's what I mean. How capable we are.
Like I said, we were.
If that goes well.
Yeah.
And
Oh, shit. Son of a whore!
What'd you do?
I shocked myself by touching a fucking doorknob.
How bad were you dragging your feet?
I wasn't. I'm wearing fucking shoes. Not even in my socks. Got rubber soles.
Interesting.
Hi. I shocked
Okay.
Lane this morning too. I stuck my fingers in the cage and he went to go sniff my fingers and his nose got shocked.
I told you you're gonna get superpowers at the eclipse.
Okay, but I don't need to electrocute myself.
Yeah, but you need to like train yourself on how to use them.
I feel like the guys from Home Alone.
No idea how to meditate this one. I try. I really, really, really try. But, you know, hard to meditate living fucking paycheck to paycheck raising kids, that's for damn sure.
Hot to burn. Fuck, it's cold outside. I am not built for the cold weather. That's why I stayed in the south. Cause
I
it's
heard the
supposed to be
metal
hot.
contact. I was afraid you like sliced your hand open on something. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
You didn't know
Yeah,
me,
she's
Sean.
fine. She just shocked herself on the doorknob. Apparently, she's conducting static with fucking rubber-soled shoes on.
Uh-huh. Hi, our special. I did it in my car today too.
That noise you just made was special. I are special.
I our special. Yay!
We represent the William Morris Agency. Anyways. Dingo, stop chewing. Oh, you too. Oh, you too. Dingo, cut it out. Damn it, I just cleaned your eye.
Why are you attacking my jacket, you little shithead? Watch in an hour, she's gonna be missing Lane too. poor guy.
Alright. Oh, I just made you make some more coffee? Well, then it would be a bad time for me to end the stream, huh?
Yeah.
That would be disrespectful of coffee as a principle.
That'd be sacrilege. Blasphemy, I tell you, blasphemy.
Anyways,
Good morning.
speaking of phones charging,
Karen.
let me just give some advice. If maybe the Russians would like to make a cell phone that's actually worth a crap and put it on the market. So
Zachary.
they can spy on people in peace. If you make a keyboard phone, go full geek with it. Yeah? Give it a cooling system, so it doesn't make your hands sweat when you hold it while it's charging. Yeah. Like this is considerably warm right now. Give it a little stand that pops out the back or something. Go the extra mile. Make it an actual geek device. If you're gonna put a slide out keyboard on something, don't make the rest of it tiny and cheap. Don't focus on trying to make it smaller and smaller. If somebody wants a keyboard, they clearly want to fucking hold something in their hands and type on it. Anyways. Yes, I still lament my keyboard phone and how unsatisfying it was to begin with. The fact that I had to get excited over arrow keys, kind of sad. But anyways. It seems to me kind of like a back channel incentivization of trending the technology towards voice recognition instead of people actually being able to manually input. So that voice analytics, not just voice typing, but analytics, true analytics of speech patterns and everything, can actually be accomplished. And basically, what they managed to do was to force Americans to give up on any privacy to their communications. And all it took was spamming negative reviews, targeted excess spyware and hacking. Pretty easy to control the market, actually. I don't know why we don't defend ourselves against that when it's so easy to fathom. Facebook let kids run up huge credit card bills. Wow. Not surprising. But wow. So, Roger Stone was arrested in Fort Lauderdale. And I've got a couple of local news stations out there in Florida. Have to put another one on there now. Because I like to see what they tell people out there in Florida. Because it's Florida.
Only the FBI pounded.
Okay, that was an old clip of him. Okay. The icon image was different. I thought maybe they had him in court or something. What do they mean by what's the impact of Trump's Venezuela policy? What is Trump's Venezuela? Like, what is Aleppo? Like, what is Trump's Venezuela policy? Like, what has he tweeted about lately? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a broadcast. Get some rest. Probably be on later in the afternoon. See y'all some more. Take it easy. Don't take it all. Thanks for watching. And glad y'all at least showed up. Evidence of fuckery. Anyways.